what the speed limit is down here. It's been a while since I've taken this way. I think it's 45. It is now, because that's what I'm doing. I think with like the current state of affairs with mental health care in this country, and like the amount of people who are, you know, deeply mentally ill and need that help but can't get to it because the resources just aren't fucking there, bro, like I can put in my fucking college try, you know, I can put in my little bit of effort to help where I can. But yeah, I think like with the current state of things and how fucked up it all is, I think we should all be willing to hold a little space for our friends. Even if like the problem is not something we necessarily have an answer for, it's good to have people that listen to you, and that can help more than a lot of people think, right? Like being willing to listen to somebody else's problems and being able to are also two totally separate things. If you're dealing with a lot of your own shit, then by all means, like, refer them to someone who can deal with that labor. But you, like, emotional labor, okay, this is a term that gets misused a lot, and I've taken umbrage with this misuse of it. Emotional labor does not mean like fucking listening to your friend's problems. It doesn't mean like allowing people, it doesn't mean like the, you know, the basic shit involved with being a friend, right? Like that's not emotional labor, even though it kind of is. Like, but the proper definition of emotional labor, right? The proper def is like you're not paid enough to smile at your job. You're not paid enough to be nice to people who you don't fucking know and don't really owe anything, right? You're not paid enough for any of that. And, you know, you shouldn't do that if you're not being paid a living wage, right? And I think a lot of people heard that and thought, well, you know, I'm dealing with a lot of stuff, and helping my friends can sometimes be quite difficult. That is labor. And I mean, you know, to a certain degree, like maintaining relationships requires labor, but it's not that kind of emotional labor. Like, you were never being paid to be there to begin with. That's not the fucking point. You dig? Like, I don't know. Like, the misuse of it has led to the culture of, you know, if you're gonna trauma dump on me in my DMs, you should add like $50 to my PayPal or whatever. Like, and I don't like that. I don't like how like therapy speak is constantly misused by people in a malicious way to benefit their own self-interest. And, you know, somebody that has to undergo a lot of like psychological stuff myself, like I go to a therapist once every couple of weeks. I take medication for personality disorders. I could go on, but then like it's just a Tumblr bio at that point, and I don't want to be that channel. I think the egregious misuse of these terms that are like commonplace in therapy environments has led to like an inability to cope with our own stuff, let alone being able to shoulder the burden of our friends' stuff when they properly can't cope with it. And, you know, I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't even play one on TV. But I think that maybe if you're gonna adopt those terms, maybe you should know what they mean. I think that's all I've got right now. Otherwise, I'm just gonna start talking in circles. If I say anything else, I'll pop back in. So, just a little break.
2 seconds later.
I'm gonna pop the throttle lock on. My fucking hand is numb. It's death gripping it a little bit, though. That's all me. You know, it's wild how we don't have any, like, 24-hour anything but gas stations anymore. Like, I hate that there's no more 24-hour Walmarts. That there's, like, no 24-hour Taco Bells. Like, and yeah, sure, like, adding extra shit onto an already, like, laborious shift like third. Probably not fair to the workers. However, and I say this as lightly and gently as possible, I think that perhaps we as a society have fallen low because of our lack of 24-hour retail establishments. God, I can't say that with a straight face. Man, I got a lot of ideas tonight. I got a lot of them. I was gonna take pictures, but the fucking park was closed, so that idea didn't pan out. Maybe the audio of the ride down there is gonna be good. Maybe that raw audio is gonna be fire. Who knows? I'd be about it. You know, we can only hope.